A lot of you don't understand that the way you are now and the way your relationship is now and the way they are now is based on your thoughts now that came from your thoughts in your mind that are very old, your fears, your subconscious thoughts about yourself. And you'll read into shit that isn't even happening, or paint and colour or sticky note a person with a story that comes from your fears. And what you've got to do is take all those sticky notes away, redraw them, remember them, memory them as someone who does love you, does want you, before you claimed them, sticky noted them, saw them with all your shit through your eyes of your fears. Are you guys getting this? They aren't as they are as you believe them to be. So guys, these are the questions that have come up in the Subconscious Loz Squad, and 2 of them relate to revision, and I just want to show you what the questions are. You help me understand that I don't need confirmation from my deceased father. I think a lesson on remembering things how they should have been. Now, I will actually be covering that particular subject in part 3 of Change the Past. So when this person in the squad sees part 3, they'll see I'll actually answer that question. But I'll kind of tie it into remembering in the next question. I love the revision course. Thank you so much. I know I put my specific person in that state and he could only act accordingly. So what she's talking about is he's changed from the guy he was when he came in, and she put him in that state. That's what she's learned in Change the Past. So the question is, to remember correctly and changed, can I only imagine us as we were at the beginning of our relationship, remembering him being loving, committed and passionate as he was? Before I caused things to go wrong, I know that he was actually this wonderful man the whole time. It was just my assumptions and old self-concept fears that caused him to show up differently. So if you've done Change the Past with me in the squad at the moment, you'll understand that the story you hold of anyone is the story you're still remembering about them, and you need to remember them, rememory them. And that memory you're holding about them has come from the memory you hold of yourself. So she has identified in this question that the way he showed up at first was perfect, and she herself changed him to the version she no longer wants, that's not coming in the way she wants, based on her self-concept. I know that he was actually this wonderful man the whole time. It was just my assumptions and old self-concept fears. So in this Loz lesson, I'm going to really focus on that. Now, if you've done Back and Begging, my course about manifesting them back, you know we focus on old stories and how we sticky note people with sticky notes that come from our self-concept that we don't realize we have. In Change the Past, we're understanding that the way we remember someone and the way we remember our past with them is based on our self-concept also. And a lot of the memories are based on fears and assumptions we have about someone that may or may not even be true. So getting back to the other question, remembering things how they should have been. So let's just try and tie these both in. Let's go back. If you're in a relationship and the person turned up great, I've had this happen before, and then they start to turn and they start to change, shouldn't you be remembering them the way they were? Absolutely 100% yes, in answer to this person's question. Is that what I should do? Absolutely, it's what you should do, because that's them. You're the one who changed them. So the person they are now from the person they were before is your creation, right? And you're not recreating them. You're reflecting thoughts out, and they're reflecting your thoughts back to you. They come in a certain way and you reflect out and change them. It's not creation, it's reflection. It's not creation, it's your imaginings reflecting out and reflecting back from them, right? So when people say recreate your person, you're not really recreating them. You're going back to and trying to remember the person they showed up as before you fuck them up with your thinking based on your old self-concept fears. So let's go to this example of a person who turned up great, remembering him being loving, committed, and passionate as he was. So if you have a person who turned up that way, they were pursuing you, they were chasing you, they were ringing you all the time, they were arranging dates, they were there for you, they were affectionate, they were kind, they were loving. And now, months later or years later, you're in a situation where they don't really arrange dates anymore. You have to do all the calling, you have to do all the arranging, you haven't moved in yet, you haven't got what you wanted from them yet, like full-blown commitment. Maybe it turned into a friends with benefits. You're the one who did that. They turned up great. Now, some of you will say, what about when they didn't turn up great? I'll cover that too. But can you understand that the way people change is based on the way you've assumed them to be? So something they were doing bothered you. Say, for example, they were calling you all the time and texting you all the time, and then suddenly one day they miss a day of calling and you think, oh, don't they want me anymore? Right? Or they said that they wanted commitment and then they started talking about being casual. Or they said they wanted to move in together and then they changed their mind. Or they simply aren't as affectionate as they used to be. You start reading into whatever they're doing and thinking it means something. So let's say they take the example of not being as affectionate as they used to be. Guys, you get into nesting mode. You get into familiarity mode. When you're fucking each other's brains out at the start, it doesn't mean you're constantly doing it 2 years later, 2 months later even. And people read into that and think it means something. It doesn't mean anything. It just means what you think it means. Maybe they're comfortable. Maybe they just want to hang out with you. Maybe they just like your company and they don't need to bang your brains out every 5 seconds. They don't need to be showing you public displays of affection every time you go out. They're just comfortable being with you. But you start reading that from the eyeballs of the you that's insecure about not being loved and think, oh, they're not as affectionate. They're not holding my hand or hugging me in public like they used to. They don't want to have sex every single night like they used to. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It means what you think it means. So if you think it means they don't want you anymore, then remember them differently and go back to the man that you remember that did want you every night. If they were affectionate before, then go back to the man who you remember as affectionate. But also assess yourself and think, why do I need that so badly to be shown that he loves me? Why can't I just be comfortable with the way things are and accept them as they are and not read into them and give them shitty meaning? A lot of you don't even need to revise a certain thing you assume is bad. Let me just focus on that for a second. Sometimes nothing bad's happened. Sometimes you're just comfortable. Sometimes it's nothing. But if it is something, then you go back, yes, and you revise by remembering them the way they were. Or, now let's go to an example where they weren't great when they came in. Then you remember them like they were great. Then you got to question why you wanted that kind of person in the first place. Okay? But let me just say, however they showed up is based on your assumptions about yourself at the time. So this girl obviously at the time probably had really good self-concept thoughts at the time. And a lot of you do when it's a honeymoon period and you first start out and they're giving you attention. You don't have any fears. It's when the relationship starts kicking in. It's when you really like them and when you, even worse, start falling in love with them that the fears really kick in. Oh my God, he's just like all the rest. He's going to leave you. He's not going to commit. Maybe he doesn't love you as much as you love him. Oh, you said I love you first and you didn't say it back straight away. What does that mean? Ah! And your brain starts freaking out because you've now fallen in love. Have you guys ever done that? It's fine at the start when you don't really care, when you're dating other guys at the same time, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, when you really fucking care, what happens? That's when your fears kick in. So what you've got to do is uncover what those fears were, write them down. What was I actually fearing? Oh, maybe he's going to pull away. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe he's not as committed as me. Maybe he doesn't love me as much as I love him, blah, 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 blah. And then think, is that about me or is that about him? Has she shown me anything that proves to me that that's true? Probably not. Or has he just done actions that I've read into with my eyeballs of my fears, thinking I'm not loved and not wanted, that actually weren't that way at all, and all he was doing was being comfortable with me, and I've read him wrong. Now I have to remember him right. I have to rememory him. So I've gone into rememorying people in Change the Past and also in my latest YouTube videos about revision. So any of my recent videos with the purple back screen like this, where I'm talking about revision, go back and watch those. A lot of you don't understand that the way you are now and the way your relationship is now and the way they are now is based on your thoughts now that came from your thoughts in your mind that are very old, your fears, your subconscious thoughts about yourself. And you'll read into shit that isn't even happening, or paint and colour or sticky note a person with a story that comes from your fears. And what you've got to do is take all those sticky notes away, redraw them, remember them, rememory them as someone who does love you, does want you, before you claimed them, sticky noted them, saw them with all your shit through your eyes of your fears. Are you guys getting this? They aren't as they are as you believe them to be. I'll say it again. They aren't as they are as you believe them to be. So at the beginning you believed them to be into you, and now you're believing them to be not as into you based on your fears. When relationships kick in, you really start to like them. Or based on previous relationships where people started to pull away, or previous relationships where they didn't commit, or when your dad left and now you think this guy's going to leave, or whatever the fuck it is. It's nothing to do with them. They aren't as they are as you believe them to be. So what are you believing them to be? Do you even know? Go back and think, how did I believe them to be at the start? How is that different from how I believe them to be now? Well, actually, at the start, I wasn't that into them. I really thought they had the hots for me. I thought, wow, this guy's really pursuing me. He must really like me. Did you have the story that he really like you, and now you've got the story that you really like him more? Or you've got the story he doesn't like you as much? Or you've got the story that he isn't as loving, or isn't as affectionate, or was pulled away, or things have changed, or. That's you. That's not him. He's not as he is. He's how you believe him to be right now. So come and join us in Change the Past, guys, and I'll teach you how what you're remembering about someone is completely fucking wrong. They aren't as they are as you believe them to be. And you're remembering them all kinds of fucking wrong, and you need to remember them right. And in Change the Past, I'll teach you exactly with tasks how to do that. Also in the website extended version, I'll also give you a meditation so you can fix the things in you that are causing you to think these stupid things that you're sticky noting them with, that are causing it to all fuck up, especially if it was good at the start. Right, guys? A lot of you are remembering your past wrong, your relationships wrong, your parents wrong, your childhood wrong. And you're not understanding that it's the lens you're seeing the world through that's colouring, sticky noting everything that's showing up the way it is now. And all you need to do is take those sticky notes away, change those lenses, see it differently, remember it differently, and it will fucking change. That's what true revision really is. So if you're confused about the art of revising, changing the past, changing a person, creating a new version, come and do Change the Past right now in my Subconscious Loz squad. You get it at subconsciousloz.com. You join the membership. It's $50 a month, or $35 if you join for the year, month by month. I suggest you do that monthly payment of $35 because it means you're there accountable for the whole fucking year. And whenever you have a wobble, whenever you're triggered, whenever you've got a question, you can go in there and get help. It's for accountability to the squad. And you get my old coaching videos. You can watch my old one-on-one coaching. You can't see that anywhere else. There are the mentors in there. There's Mentor Monday. I go live. I answer your questions on Facebook Friday. There's a lot of advantages to being in there long term, or just being in there for the month. But I would do more than Change the Past. I would do it for the squad. For the benefits of the squad. All right, guys, I'm scrolling down. Love to hear you talk about persisting yes. Hi, I'm currently manifesting my SP. What's your best self-concept affirmations? Guys, I don't answer questions in here anymore. Your hair is looking fine. Oh, thank you. Remembering. And the way you've explained it is the most important takeaway from the course. Thanks. Oh, good. Great. The squad is lovely. So much support. Oh, lovely. Thank you, guys. Liz and Shelley are in the squad. You look so pretty. Oh, thank you, guys. I had my hair done yesterday. Should have seen it yesterday when the hair was all flipped. Looked great. Yep, all based on how I see myself. Yes, guys. They are as you believe them to be. Guys, I'm telling you right now, they will change on a dime if you just got rid of your shitty stories. It's based on your shitty past, or your shitty childhood, or your shitty thoughts about yourself. You don't even have to have had a shitty childhood. So many people watch my videos and think I'm saying that you have a bad concept of self, or you have bad concepts. There's no such thing as a bad self-concept. It's like concepts, various fears, various thoughts about yourself, various beliefs. And you have to have had a bad childhood to have that. No, you don't, guys. You can have had the best childhood in the world, but you can still have fears. Of course you do. Everyone has fears. Everyone has negative thoughts about themselves. I'm sorry. If you don't have negative thoughts about yourself or you don't have fears, you're called dead. Loz, will the meditation be applicable to friend, family relationships, or more romantic ones? It could be anything, but it's actually about revising yourself, right? So when you revise yourself, all those relationships change, whether it's a familial one, a friendship one, a relationship one, whichever. Loz, thank you, and I'm so content with everything. I've been receiving princess treatment. Oh, wonderful, darling. Is it normal to be on top of things one day and others less? Yes, guys, don't be thrown. It's called life, okay? Hey, Loz, when will be the boot camp? Oh, my God, we were just talking about this in a meeting the other day, like, when boot camp? And I was like, guys, we haven't even got Be Their Priority and Don't Be a Triggered Bitch out yet on the website, for God's sake. Haven't even got my self-concept course extension out yet. We have to get that out first. Guys, not until the new year. I'm really sorry. But we will have boot camp next year, I promise. I love this. Okay, good. Hang on. Okay, perfect. Yes. Any more comments, guys? I'm not answering questions, remember. No questions here. Put your questions in the Subconscious Loz Squad or the free Facebook group called Subconscious Loz on Facebook. Can you explain? No, I'm not doing any explaining. When are you coming to visit the UK? I probably will have to go at some point anyway, but next year, guys, I promise I'll do a trip next year at some point. Probably the end of next year. Let's aim for a Loz tour like September or something next year. That'd be great. Let's do that for my birthday. Come to Utah in the USA. I would love to do a US tour. I've never been to Utah. And Ireland, Loz. I've never been to Ireland, Shelley. There's so many areas of the UK and Europe that I hadn't seen. Terrible. I haven't gone to Northern Ireland, nothing. Shocking. Canada, no, I haven't been to Canada. I'll come to Canada. I've got staff in Canada, it'd be great, and mentors in Canada. It'd be great to go to Canada. I could meet Sarah P and Dylan, yay! Molly would love Utah. Oh, I don't know if Molly would like the trip though. I saw, when I was with her the other day, there was a dog that was really stressed out who'd just come off a plane. Dogs don't like planes. Which states have you been to in the US? California, New York, I've been to Illinois, I've been to Chicago, been to Hawaii, been to Nevada, I've been to San Fran, that's California. When I was a kid, where else did I go? No, not Florida, no. So I've been San Fran, LA, San Diego, Las Vegas, New York, Chicago, Hawaii. No, I haven't been to Arizona. I haven't been to Minnesota. I haven't been to any of these places. Thank you so much for choosing my question in the squad. Oh, that was your question, darling. All right. Yay. So question of the week, guys. I'm going to put the question of the week in the YouTube. So that goes in the squad, but then eventually we'll put them on YouTube. Loz, meet and greet, live session tour 2026. Yes, 2026. Actually, what's next year? 2025. 26 would be the good meet and greet tour year because my birthday's the 26th. It's 3 a.m. in the UK, so I'm going to sleep now. Oh, good night, darling. All right, guys. Any more comments? Arizona? Yes, I'd love to come to Arizona. Well, that's where Sarah Storms is. And I have never met her in person, can you believe? Come to Boston. Yes, Boston. Oh, guys, I'll do a full American tour. That would be amazing. Washington. Never been to Washington. Have I? When I was a kid? I went to America when I was 5 with my parents. I went to a Kiss concert, can you believe? Oh, I went to Baltimore because our family friends are in Baltimore and we stayed in Baltimore. I did go to Baltimore then too. Yes. So I've been to Maryland when I was 5. Vancouver, Canada is beautiful. I would love, love, love to come to Canada. Maine, yes. Let's do a full US Canadian tour, guys. And UK, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. Haha, I have a Kiss t-shirt on today. Do you? I literally had all the masks. And my favourite one when I was a kid was the one with the star, the guy with the star. And we used to sing and put them on. I loved my Kiss masks. Haha, I have a Kiss t-shirt on today. Oh, that's hilarious. Washington is so cool. We went there as part of our honeymoon. Loved it. Oh, really? Please come, make sure you come to Atlanta, Georgia when you do. Oh, yes. Let's do a full tour, guys. Maybe I should get the tour van and just do a Loz tour. We could just pick up people on the way. Do a road trip. Come visit me in Sonoma country. I'll take you wine tasting. Oh, you know where I've been? I've been to San Fran. I've been to my brother and I drove in a yellow Mustang from San Fran to LA, to LA in like a day and a half or whatever it was. We didn't stop. No, a day. It took us a day. We stayed in just outside of San Fran in a little place. I can't remember the name. Woke up really early and drove to LA for a wedding. Everyone's in USA. I know. You're wanted everywhere. But I love the drive. That was amazing. That's a long drive. It was so cool. And every time we passed another person in a Mustang, they beeped at us. We went, beep, 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 beep. Weeks now, this new guy. I'm not reading questions, guys. Love you, Loz. Great, you are helping so many people. Oh, thank you, Tracy. All right, guys. So make sure you come and join Change the Past, okay? It is on until the end of November in the squad. Then we have a brand new challenge dropping in December. If you're on my Loz letter, if you're on my email list at subconsciousloz.com, you'll find out what it is on Monday. So brace yourself for that. It's going to be really super fun for the month of December. All right, guys, come and join us in the squad for Change the Past. All the benefits of the squad, Mentor Monday, me going live, all my previous lives and all my previous coaching sessions are all in there for you to watch. There is so much video content in there. Plus Change the Past the whole of November, and then our brand new challenge dropping in December. All right, guys, I'll see you there, or I'll see you in my free group. Bye, guys. See you later. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, subscribe. Bye, guys.